Now we are welcoming to our online studio Chris Taute from Riversdale.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christopher, or Chris in short, Taute. I am from Riversdale in the Southern Cape. The Southern Cape is a region within the Western Cape in South Africa. Zwinka, I don't know if I had to start with everything and give them the background of my relationship and
Yes, you can. You can, obviously. And Chris is a very special friend and partner because Chris has started a relationship with Ukrainian mayor in Vosnesensk for almost 20 years ago. And since that time, the relationship is continuing, and Ukrainians and South African are visiting each other. So every year Ukrainians are coming to South Africa from Vosnesensk region, and South African are traveling to Ukraine. And Chris, do you know, maybe you don't say, I'm going to give this question to the audience, and whoever's going to answer will receive a second certificate from Homewood. What is the geographical location in South Africa named after Ukrainian Cossack hetman? So there is a geographical location in South Africa that named after one of Ukrainian hetmans. And I can see that Chris is smiling because he knows the answer, but please don't give it away. And Chris is also a special person, not just because he knows all the Ukrainian places in South Africa, but also because he started one. So in 2010, Chris opened the Ukrainian Museum in Riversdale, and it's the only Ukrainian museum in Southern Africa. Chris, what is it about Ukrainians that made them special for you, that you have decided to start this collaboration?
Yeah, it's actually, I first have contact with the people of Vosnesensk in Poland. I was invited with a delegation from South Africa to go to a conference in Radomska in Poland, where many Eastern European countries were, and Ukraine too. And the delegation from Vosnesensk were very interested in South Africa, and they started speaking with us and so on and so on. And at the end, we exchanged contact details, and then they invited us to come to Vosnesensk. At Vosnesensk, talks between them and us started that they would like to have a more formal kind of agreement. And in 2006, we signed that agreement between our city, our municipality, and their municipality. And that NGOs will drive this process of this partnership. That's actually where it started. And one of the outcomes of that talks and that agreement was that we should, how do you call it now? We should promote the different cultures. So there's a little museum of Ukrainian culture in our town. And there's a museum of South African culture in Vosnesensk. That was part of that agreement, which we both mutually agreed on. Yeah, if you want to know. Yeah, but the agreement itself is broader. It talks about cultural exchange, youth-related programs, sport-related programs, and also economic relationships between the two municipalities. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chris. And do you remember what were your hopes when you were going to Ukraine for the first time? Because I can see behind you there is a word hope. So I was wondering, like, when you were going to Ukraine for the first time, what were your hopes?
Yeah, I'm personally very interested in traveling. So it was the first time that, apart from Poland, it was the first time that I go behind what we in the Western called the Iron Curtain, old countries who was part of the old Soviet Union. It was the first time that we went there. And the interesting thing was that what was very interesting to me is the kind of challenges which the people of Ukraine at that time had, and we in South Africa. We came out of apartheid, and there was many challenges. And the people of Ukraine came out of the communist era, being part of the Soviet Union. And they also have a lot of challenges. And I think that mutual challenges which we had also draw us nearer, and we could relate to our problems and that kind of things. Yeah. But the interesting programs also which we have is this leadership program. And then we also have this volunteer exchange program. The leadership program was a very short one. Currently it's a short one because we are still doing it, where we send a delegation over, usually young people, or it can be more mature people up to 30 or older. The most important thing is that they should go there and learn the culture of those people, be exposed to them in that short period of time which they are there. And the same with them when they come here to South Africa. Yeah, that's more or less. Though the exchange program is much longer. The longest period that one of them came to us to live with us was 7 months. And then the shortest was 3 months. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chris, and thanks for mentioning the ANC connection. I have today here with me the book by Singiso Mpanyana, who studied in Kiev, and describes that in his book, he was one of those students who studied from South Africa during apartheid time in Ukraine. And generally almost 30% of students who studied in Soviet Union studied on the territory of Ukraine. If any of your friends are watching us now and they were studying in Ukraine during apartheid time, please let us know, because we would like to get in touch with those students who have that long connection to Ukraine. And Chris, I've got the last question to you, because there are many murals in South Africa, Ukrainian murals, but two are about Crimea. One mural is in Cape Town. It's a mural of Hessequa lighthouse, painted by Tatiana Hearn and Alexander Nikityuk 2 years ago in 2019, representing the hope for those Ukrainians who are now on occupied territory but would like to return to Ukraine. But there is another mural in Riversdale that also represent from Crimea. So it's nice to see that Crimea was so inspiring. Can you tell us a little bit about murals in the Riversdale Museum?
Yeah, like I said, this programs which we have, when one of our people goes over, I mean the long period now, the exchange program, we ask them to leave a legacy behind. A legacy, whatever they should do. For instance, in South Africa, the one mural which you saw when you were there was done by three young people and this teacher. They came and they did that mural there. And the mural in the museum of the Crimea, that was done by a South African who went there on our programs. He was very impressed with Crimea, and he came back and he made that murals on the walls of the museum, on the inside of the museum. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and we can also show to our viewers a little bit about the museum, some photos, so that you can also visit it even virtually. Thanks for building that connection between Ukraine and South Africa, and also supporting the Holodomor project, because at the end of November, we plan to install the bench dedicated to victims of Holodomor in Riversdale. And thanks so much for being our partner in that as well. Thanks for joining us today.